All right, so let's talk about the button hierarchy. These are some low commitment buttons like check availability, get e-price, share this vehicle, verify first, calculate payments, save vehicle. The reason that these are low commitment buttons is because the consumer assumes that they're going to click a button and they're going to get information without having to give any personal information, okay? They think they can share the vehicle by just sending it off to somebody but not completing a form. In fact, they believe the Get ePrice button is something they'll get instantly. And so these are considered low commitment buttons. These are good buttons to have because they're going to generate a good number of leads. Now, the next group of buttons are the medium commitment buttons. These are the buttons where the consumer knows, you know, I gotta do something. I've got to communicate with someone, or I've got to give up some information. So let's chat, schedule a test drive, right? Get price alerts, request more information, value my trade, personalize my payments. Also, contact us and email us. Those are all medium commitment buttons. Now, I'm going to give you, I love the schedule test drive button. It's a good medium commitment button. It doesn't say I'm ready to buy, but it does say I'm ready to come in and look at the vehicle. If you're going to use a schedule test drive button, make sure that when I click that button, it goes to the right form. Make sure it allows me to schedule a test drive with an exact date and an exact time. Otherwise, you're just getting a lead that they're going to have to chase down. You can make that a scheduled form, just like you have your service scheduling form online, and it only requires a confirmation after that. All right, when we look at the high commitment buttons, oops, went the wrong way. There we go. High commitment buttons, buy it now, apply for financing, start my deal, lock in my price, make offer. These are high commitment buttons because I know I'm going to have to give you my name, but I'm also going to have to give you some other information, like the text us button, right? I know that you're going to have my mobile device. Text is personal to me, especially if I'm younger, right? The younger generation, millennials, I hate using that term, but even the connected people, text is often the most personal form of communication for us, so this is a high commitment button. I'm not saying don't have these buttons on your site. I would absolutely have high commitment buttons on my site, but I would have a combination of low, medium, and high commitment buttons on my website. So the top left, that's a great example of a dealer using a terrific combination of low, medium, and high commitment buttons. Confirm availability, get our best price, value your trade, right? These are some good, this dealer is getting a great conversion rate with those buttons. We look at the dealer on the bottom left, get today's price, click here. That's actually a good button. Now, they've got other buttons on there, but what I wanted you to understand is this is a Toyota dealer or a Honda dealer who isn't allowed to advertise the lowest price. And so they not only have a good button, it's a good color, it's a good contrast, it's got a great call to action, click here. But it says, it tells them a why. Prices change daily based on unpredictable market conditions, availability, supply versus demand, and factory output. Call or click today. That's a terrific call to action. That's a great button. A not so great button is where you only have a high commitment button on your website, like the dealer that's on the right and bottom right of the page. They've got this BMW for $29,000. When I'm on the search results page, it says $29,000, right? When I'm on the search results page, I see $29,000 suggested retail. I click through, and I'm on the vehicle details page, and I see MSRP is $29,000. I also see $29,000's final price. That's not a good user experience, but more than that, I only get one opportunity. Buy it now. That's a high commitment button. You're asking for a lot from me for something that you're telling me is priced at MSRP. So think about your website. Think about it not the way you know your website, but the way consumers would look at your website, especially first-time visitors, because you're going to connect and you're going to get leads from first-time visitors pretty often. Now, you got to make sure that your buttons pass the DISC test. Now, I'm not talking about the DISC test, the personality DISC test you're thinking about. I'm talking about the automotive DISC test. Does it sell cars, right? Make offer, all right, is a great button to drive leads. The problem is make offer does not sell cars. All right, does it sell cars? Well, the make offer button, it generates a lead, but if it turns people off, you're better off without the button. Those of you who have make offer leads, you know what I'm talking about. You have a vehicle that's a used car. It's priced at $15,000. It's priced to market at $15,000. You've got the make offer button on your website. Someone clicks make offer. What do they enter into there? 14.9? No, they enter 9 or 10,000, right? Something just ridiculous because they think it's make an offer. They think it's a closeout sale and you're going to just sell it pretty cheap. use the disc test for your buttons. Does it sell cars? And make sure that your high commitment buttons make someone actually commit to something where they'll actually buy a car. Now, when we look at trade appraisals, it's important to understand that trade appraisals don't always pass the disc test, all right? Does it sell cars? Now, I love Kelley Blue Book's instant cash offer. I don't want someone taking 10 seconds from this video and blowing it out of proportion. Let me finish. I love Kelley Blue Book's instant cash offer when it's not on your dealer website, okay? I have 3 issues with this, the KBB instant cash offer on your website. One, it's a fairly onerous form. It's a very long form. It's got a lot of steps. It has a high abandon rate. I don't need that on my website. My website has 2 goals, right? Attract visitors and turn those visitors into buyers. If I give them a form that's too big for them to complete and they leave my site, it's no good, is it? You also cannot sell an empty seat. That's another issue I have with the instant cash offer. Sometimes that instant cash offer is a lowball number. Now, they also provide a range, okay, with that instant cash offer of what it would be for trade. But frankly, a simple range is better. My forms on my website should just generate a lead that I can sell a car to. And here's the third reason I don't like KBB's instant cash offer on your website. I like it in the real world. I don't like it on your website. Is that it advertises for KBB.com with a logo link at the top of the email that they send to your customer that goes directly to KBB.com. I don't know if you've been to KBB.com. They got a lot of used cars for sale. Not all of them are yours, right? They got millions of cars for sale on that site. I don't need to advertise for them. So in my experience, the instant cash offer fails the disc test when it's on your website, okay? So you need trade appraisal forms that pass the disc test. Now, how do I get a trade appraisal form that's going to pass the does it sell cars test? First, it has to be easy to complete. Second, it should only provide a range because providing a range gives you room, right, and keeps the prospect interested. Now, it also cannot advertise a national site with millions of listings. Those pass the disc test for me.